my girl. Are you ready? That was Oh My Girl here, singing their song Oh My Girl from their first release back in 2015. And that's the group that I'm here to talk to you about tonight. There we go, Oh My Girl. So when I first heard of Oh My Girl, I thought, wow, this group, it can't be for me. I mean, just the name is so girly. I don't know, but they grow on you real quick. And here they are, one of my favorites. So here's the 7-member version of the group. This is a poster calendar from their Season's Greetings box set for 2022. And the members here are Binny, who just changed her name to Eubin, back to Eubin, her birth name for 6 years. She'd been known as Binny in the group, but I don't know why, but finally changed it back to Eubin. Eubin's the lead singer of Oh My Girl, got a great kind of soulful voice, handles the heavy vocals. Mimi here is the rapper, one of my favorite rappers in K-pop. Her vocal style is that of a baby who smokes 2 packs a day. And she writes most, or if not all, but most certainly of her own raps. And so she has writing credits on most of the Oh My Girl songs. And then there's Hyojung here, is the leader and oldest member. She'll turn 28 this year. Jiho, it was just announced that she would be leaving, so it would be 6 members from here on out. But Jiho I always loved for a certain Audrey Hepburn quality to her visuals and even the way she dances and sings. Here's Yua, main dancer of the group, known for her Barbie doll-like visuals. Sungi, the second lead vocalist of the group, handles the diva type wails and whatnot. And here's Aaron, the youngest or maknae of the group. So this wall calendar is of this year. Today is not October, it's June 14th, Tuesday. You see there's certain dates circled here. These are mostly the members' birthdays. So this month, the 18th, Aaron turns 23. Oh My Girl, I think is underappreciated even by a lot of K-pop fans. Maybe for a similar reason to what I said earlier, is that it's easy to kind of dismiss them as just being aggressively cute and not give them credit for much else. But their discography is very deep and broad, and I find they excel in a number of different genres. And so here, back to the start, is 2015's release, Oh My Girl. Here they have 8 members. They lost one along the way, and it's actually this one right here, Ginny. In around 2017, I think, we'll see when we go through the CD releases, but she left the group due to problems with an eating disorder. And then the group continued on as 7 members up until this year when Gio left, as I just said. So Ginny seems okay. She's got an Instagram and posts on it more so recently, and looks like she might be considering a comeback into entertainment. But it was nice to see that Hyojung follows her, as do I. So here, this was kind of the statement of purpose of Oh My Girl, their first release. Very bold. And each page has members' information, such as their birth dates. Blood type, that's a thing in Korea, as I think in other Asian cultures, thought to be an indicator of a personality trait, much like a star sign here. I don't know what any of this says in Korean, but that's the type of information given here as an introduction to the members of the group. And the single from this first release was Cupid. Second song on the CD here. I'd call that a bubblegum pop song. It's one of the genres they excel in. Really fun, upbeat dance tune. I'll show you what else came in this Season's Greetings set. It's fairly typical of these things. So here's the box, 2022 Season's Greetings, Crowned Queen. Most of the major groups have these, and more recently, a lot of the less major, newer groups do too. These are usually pretty elaborate in their packaging and the contents, and also well made. I have probably at least 10 or 12 of these from different groups, and none of them are low quality. Price for these usually ranges between $50 and $75. I think this was probably on the more expensive end. It's one of the more sumptuously decorated ones. And so what they'll come with usually are a few different kinds of calendars. Poster one, like I started off with, and then here's a desk calendar where you flip. In this case, it's kind of innovative design. You flip to whatever picture you want to see, and then on the side is the date. Okay, so desk calendar. There's diary. These are always nice. Can be used as a planner too. More Q&A with the members. All these photos are specially shot just for these. And for nothing else. And places to write your schedule and whatnot. Bookmark and all. There's this, which is kind of unique to this set. Is these pins or badges. There's a seal with "Oh My Girl" and a book, and then a bookmark, translucent with the members. And then 3 sets of different size photo cards. These are postcard size of the members in their goddess outfits. Messages, handwritten messages on the back. These are the standard size photo cards. Again, special only to this edition, so different shots of the members, at least two of each one. Even 2 of those. And then here, yet another set of photo cards. This is my favorite set, actually. Like how they're done up in these kind of wet hair looks, close up on their faces. And everything here, even these cards, are of high quality paper. You can maybe tell from the sound. Photo cards and everything, all those books. So there's a Season's Greetings from Oh My Girl. So after their first release in the single Cupid, they took a total shift in tone and style in their next single, which was called Closer. And this is another one of the genres that I think Oh My Girl really excels at, and it's dream pop. Closer is a dream pop song. Kind of mid-tempo, evokes a feeling of kind of floating. These pictures are mainly from the video. There's kind of an otherworldly quality to the story too. They transition from this to this, suggesting angels or something. This packaging is like a fairy tale book, bound as if it were a book, and there's stills from the video looking like other fairy tales. Lines that tell a story, but this story is extremely vague and unclear, at least to me, probably by design. But a beautiful song, I really love it, and I love the dance too, so I'm gonna link to their dance performance of this song. What I love most about it is they seem to perform it in slow motion. It's one of the slowest dances I've ever seen by a K-pop group. And they do it, I think, mostly in these outfits. Okay, so that was their Dream Pop release, Closer. Then they went back to their bubblegum pop roots, you could say, with Pink Ocean, this release. And the single from here is Liar Liar. One of their best and one of my favorites of theirs. It's got a ringing tone all the way through like a bell, and a fun dance. I'm gonna link to a performance video of that song as well. 4 total. I'm gonna put in this description, one for each of the type of genres I think Oh My Girl is great at. So a Liar Liar from Pink Ocean is gonna be the bubblegum entry in that. And then here we've got this release is more in a jewel case format, meaning like this. This is the CDs that I grew up buying in the 80s. There's a little bit of extra packaging here, but not too much. And I forget what the name of the song is in English that they have on here, but it's a fun summer song, as you can tell from the packaging. And maybe it'll say in here somewhere. Just give you a picture of the visuals as I flip through. Summertime visuals. Well, anyway, that was their next one. I can't remember the name. Hold on. And then in August 2016, their next release is this one. It's called Listen to My Word, Aying. That's the name of the single from it, the first song. It's a 4-song EP. I like this almost 3-dimensional effect of the slipcover. Makes it look like they're floating in water. I don't know whose toes those are, but fun song, but yet also, so this says featuring Haha and who's the other guy? Skull, featuring Skull and Haha. And either Skull or Haha, one of those two guys, has a part at the beginning of the song where they use Jamaican patois in kind of rapping the beginning of it. I'm almost certain neither of those guys is Jamaican. I think they're both Korean. So as an example of cultural appropriation, it's pretty egregious, although all in good fun. Cliched like maybe an Adam Sandler movie's version of a reggae DJ toasting over a beat. So here's the lyrics, mostly in Korean. Those English lyrics are the ones I'm talking about, even spelled in English in a kind of pigeonish way. I like it when you whine like this, yeah. Weird. Luckily, when Mimi does her rap part, she does it in her normal way, and that pretty much saves the song. And then another of these covers is called Je t'aime. This is a real popular song, I guess, in Korea, because here's Joy from Red Velvet's solo debut, released last year. This is the cassette version of it, and she does the same song here. So more on Joy when I do my Red Velvet video soon. Okay, and next, this is Windy Day. It's their last album with the original 8 members. There's Ginny there. And Windy Day is a reissue of Pink Ocean with the addition of a few songs, including the single. You can see here the same track list, Liar, Liar. Look at them side by side. And then a couple of Chinese versions of songs. Oh My Girl has a lot of songs in Japanese. And here Chinese too. Where am I looking for this? Sorry, Liar, Liar, Chinese version there at the end. This is a great song too, Windy Day. Another fairy tale like vibe to it. It's visuals, it's video, it's dance. It's a faster pace than Closer, but still a great song. Windy Day. In 2017, they released Coloring Book, minus Ginny. The single Coloring Book is a real fun song. Lots of percussion. Sounds like a bunch of drums being thrown down the stairs in a good way, very rhythmic. And the outfits and design for this are kind of unique in Oh My Girl's history. This is about the brightest I've seen them with these colors, and then I like how they've got the black and white portions of the photo book to evoke an actual coloring book. Okay. Next in 2018 was a double dose of Dream Pop with this amazing release. This is Secret Garden. That's the first song, and then Love O'Clock is a kind of secondary single. You can tell just from the styling how the look differs depending on the genre of the song. So we went from the bright colors of the bubblegum pop of Coloring Book to this looked like velvet, pink velvet dresses. And the choreography for Secret Garden is another beautiful expression of the song, where the members kind of bloom on stage in their movements. It's really evocative, as you can tell from these types of visuals. It's a storybook here. Again, strong theme of a fairy tale runs through a lot of Oh My Girl's work. And this is a great example of it. Also, I recently discovered 16, a deep cut B-side, much more raucous and fun than the Dream Pop songs. And there's a great performance of them from Japan doing this song. So, worth looking up. And then starting with this release later in 2018, to me they started to solidify their excellence in yet another type of music, and I'm going to call that new wave, meaning 80s style new wave. The single for this is Remember Me, and it's a dance new wave song with synthesizers and a club beat, and the music sounds like it could have been played by Human League or Depeche Mode, or even the Cars. It's a great song, and I'm going to link to that too as an example of their new wave skills. Here I'm showing you this styling. You can see it's much more sophisticated than most of what's been before. This marked a big change in their image. I love how one commentator on YouTube called this look like the granddaughters of billionaire tycoons who decided to form a girl group. All right, so it's a great... they had seeds of this sound earlier too, but to me, Remember Me is the full kind of flowering of it, like the cover shows. And Yeah, so that'll be the third video I link to in the description. In 2019 comes the 5th season. Yet another dream pop single. You can tell right from the visuals here, this is a beautiful kind of painted version of a photograph of the members. Here's the single. So it's called the 5th season, and then here, these letters here would be spring, summer, fall, winter, and love. Those are the 5 seasons. Clever. Beautifully packaged once again. I really like this bookbinding concept they have. All of these dreamlike visuals support the mood of the single. And then there's a lot of other good B-sides too on this one. And their next release is this one, Oh My Girl, Bungie. Another fun summer release. Bungie Fall in Love. And this is actually a reissue of the album just before. So let's see, can we do this? Maybe. After Bungie, Tropical Love. Yeah, okay, see, so song 3 here is song 1 here. Much like the Windy Day reissue. So the extra song is Bungie Fall in Love. You can tell from this vibe, super happy, upbeat, summertime vibe. And then came COVID. In March of 2020, pretty much the whole world shut down. And most relevant for this discussion is that I couldn't go to the K-pop store anymore. So it took me a couple weeks to figure out that I could order stuff online from the local store here. And this was the first thing I got. This was released in April of 2020, so it was a little more than a month after the lockdown. And it was my first Oh My Girl CD that I got. And I really just got it because it was the newest thing. It was when I was looking at the website, that was the new release, and I'd heard of them before, somewhat familiar with their work, but I figured this would be the first. So this is NonStop. This NonStop is their single. It's a great song, very poppy and upbeat. It's also a killer B-side here called Dolphin. Neon especially is another new wave song that's outstanding. I think Dolphin's gonna be the 4th song that I link to, if I'm keeping track. It expresses the performance I'm gonna link to expresses qualities of Oh My Girl that I don't know. Just watch it. The performance that I'll link to of Dolphin really shows off their, I guess, that aggressive cuteness that I referred to before. It's present always in the other genres, but especially so in Dolphin. And so what I like about this packaging is it's like a game. It's a game box, and there's a actual game board here. No rules to this game. I don't think that's the point, but it's a game concept. So you've got the members on the board and names of their songs and other things. The game actually came with a game piece representing one of the members. And so this is Mimi, the rapper. When I first got this, I put Mimi together like this, and she has been present for every single one of these tapings. She stands just off camera. There is her spot. And I have her there because in part she was a huge inspiration for me to do these videos in the first place. She's got her own YouTube channel, so we're both YouTubers. And I love her rapping, like I said before. I think she's great. And her videos are real interesting to me. She's got a lot of vlogs, which seem to consist entirely of her shoving as much food into her face as she can. But she's got other videos too, like a parody of Rocky, where she runs through the streets of Seoul in her sweats and shadow boxes and runs up the steps and all that. And other videos that show her actually training, so that's no joke, that part of it. So she's a very interesting and artistic individual. Here's the other version of NonStop. So there are two versions, and I got both. Slightly different. I think it's the same game board. And then here's the game piece in its original format. I didn't pop this one out, but this is Aaron. Okay, so there's NonStop. Then later that summer came Yua's solo debut. To date, to my knowledge, she's the only member of Oh My Girl that's had her own debut. So this Voyage. Here she's dressed in this kind of natural sprite of the forest getup. It's a very common theme through the whole video. It's based on in part anyways, on an anime movie from Japan called Princess Mononoke. And in the video for Bon Voyage, Yua plays a city girl, and that's her, out for a drive in the forest, and then she encounters this kind of huge mystical creature. I don't think they show that in this book, but then her look transforms to these other looks, like a fairy or forest dweller. This was a breath of fresh air in the deep summer of COVID, to have these visuals and this bright, cheerful song. This whole album is like that. Abracadabra is another single from it. It's a much different R&B style dance song, and Yua is the main dancer of Oh My Girl, so she does a spectacular job there. And then last year in 2021 came Dun Dun Dance. There's the single to it. Another poppy dance song. Start to finish, I'd say this is the Oh My Girl album that I will listen to all the way through. Often, every song is sort of different from the other. Dear You is going to be the 5th video that I link to. I think there's another genre that they're great in, which is the ballad song. So Dear You is a performance video that I'll give you access to link, and you can take a look at how they sing sweetly and softly while sitting on stools. And then all of these other songs are spectacular. Quest in particular sounds like it was soundtracked by a video game from the 80s, so another deep 80s influence. It's really just a great EP from start to front. And then here's the Japanese version of the single. Said before, Oh My Girl has a lot of Japanese releases, some Japanese versions of Korean songs, and then other whole albums and songs that are only in Japanese. So big outreach to that market. And that brings us up to this year, 2022. Last month, May, they released their second full album called Real Love, and that's the single as well. The first full album was the 5th season, when all the others were considered single albums or EPs. A lot of diversity on this release too. I really like it. Drip is almost a straight up rap song. Blink is similar, harder than most of what came before, but they've also got songs that are in their wheelhouse as well. Some new wave and balladry and whatnot too. Here's the packaging. This is this is back to a sophisticated kind of look. Here. beautifully produced book. Let's see the glossy photo pages here. Mimi with the Polaroid. Kind of goes back to old style Hollywood almost here. And a kind of surprise fold out inside the cover of leader Hyojung. These would be random. You would never know until you got one of these who was on the inside, but they would have each member represented. So there she is. Okay, well, that's it for Oh My Girl as of June 2022. Hope you found that interesting and enjoyable. I really hope you click on at least one of the links. You might have a new favorite song. So thanks for checking it out again. Dr. Neptune saying I will be back soon.